In this video, I will talk to you about mise-en-place. Mise-en-place is a French term that basically means everything in its own place. And what it means is that you have all the equipment and all the ingredients set out in places that you know where they are, that you are organized, that you work in an organized way, and that you have a mindset in which you know everything before you do it. It's an organization in the practical and mental way. And this is something that's being taught in culinary colleges from the start to culinary students, but it's not something that's being taught in chemistry or other laboratories, even though it's expected. Mise-en-place, even though it's not explicitly taught in science courses, it is as important in laboratories as it is in professional kitchen. Knowing where your equipment is, having it set out, having all the reagents set out and prepared, having a mindset in which you know what you will do before you start doing it is essential to a successful day in a laboratory, as it is to a successful day in the kitchen. So now I will show you a very simple mise-en-place for chopping an onion. Chopping an onion might seem like a simple task, but if you do it in a restaurant and you have 20 kilo of onions to chop, being organized is the key to success and to working in a clean and efficient way. So without further ado, let's start with that. Okay, so let's start with ingredients. To chop an onion, I will need an onion, which is here. I set it out on my workspace. I have my chopping board that I will use, and we don't want it moving all around, so I will use a cloth to secure it. And now it's much more stable. I have my knife. Again, if you use knives in your experiments, be very, very careful. Knives are sharp and you can cut yourself. I have another cloth to clean up anything that I need to clean up. And I have two bowls. I have one bowl for the things I will throw out and one bowl for the ready product. So this is my mise-en-place for chopping an onion. And again, it's a simple thing to do, but as you can see, it requires some consideration and equipment. The more complex the experiment you do, the more things you will need to set out and the more complicated it will get. And that's why it's essential to think before you start working and to have everything en place, both physically and mentally, having all your equipment, all your ingredients set out, and reading the protocol or the recipe beforehand in full, so you actually know what you will do step by step before you start doing it. Okay, so now I will show you how this mise-en-place works in practice. I have everything set out and I will chop the onion. So my board is ready, my knife is ready, my onion is ready. That's very good. I will cut the onion in half and peel it over the first bowl that I have set out. So all the trash goes into the bowl, and from the bowl it will go directly into the bin. I have no problem with having a mess on my workstation. So now with my ingredient cut in half and peeled, and my workstation still neat and tidy, with all the trash being in this bowl, the board secure, I will show you how to dice an onion into little cubes. I take my knife, cut off the top from the onion, put it in the bowl with the trash, and I just leave the little root on the bottom. Now I will slice it horizontally, not all the way through, and vertically in one axis. And now I will just run my knife through the onion to get a nice dice. Right, now that my dice is ready, I will put it in the bowl that I have prepared for the diced onion. Right, and I will use the cloth to wipe my hands, the knife, and the board. So as you can see, everything that we set out before we started chopping an onion was needed. We needed the board, secure, we needed the cloth to wipe everything after chopping the onion, we needed the bowl for the discard, for the trim, and we needed the bowl for the diced onion. Having a mindset like that and being prepared will help you to perform the experiment and focus on the important things, on what you have to do, on what you have to observe, on what you have to note. It prevents you from running around, looking for equipment, looking for the ingredients you need, trying to read the protocol as you go and trying to figure out the next steps while it might be too late. Mise-en-place is a great attitude to have in a practical workspace and to internalize during this course. Think about it and make sure that you set out everything before you start your experiments. You will see how good it is to have everything ready and to have a clear mind and know what to do exactly before you start doing it.